And a pleasant good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the Roosevelt Gymnasium in Virginia for the opening round of the Section 7 2A Girls Basketball Playoffs. Hello again, everyone. I'm Bob Cohn. Nice to have you viewing tonight's telecast on Mesabi Community Television. The Virginia Blue Devils come in with a record of 16 wins and 10 losses. They are 8-5 in the section, while Greenway of Coleraine comes in with a record of 18-7, and they are 4-3 in the section. Let's first talk about Greenway. Again, 18-7. They're the number 5 seed. They're averaging 48.8 points a game. They're giving up 42.6. They have won 16 of their last 18 games after starting the season at 2-5. Last week, to close out the regular season, they hosted Floodwood. They beat the Polar Bears by 3, and then they hosted Cherry on the 20th and got beat 68-30. Sarah Schaffhauser-Wright is the head coach of the Greenway of Coleraine Raiders. Their leading scorer is number 50, Jaden Seville. She's averaging 11.8 on the season. She's a sophomore. Their next highest scorer is number 2, Bailey Jo Norris. She's averaging 8.8. And finally, number 22, Haley Pedersen. She's a 5'10 junior, and she's averaging 7.2. Meanwhile, the Virginia Blue Devils come in again 16-10. They are averaging 58.9 points a game, giving up 49. Last week, they closed out the regular season with 2 road games at Evelyn Gilbert with a 10-point victory. Then they lost at Aurora against Mesabi East, 56-45. Spencer Awney is the head coach of the Blue Devils. Virginia leading scorer is Lexis Trigg. She's averaging 13.8. She's also the leading rebounder at 11.4. Also in double figures is Ryan Awney, a 5'7 sophomore. She's getting 13 points a game. And then there's Kaylee Iverson. She's averaging 8.1 points per game. The Virginia Blue Devils, the number 4 seed, taking on Greenway of Coleraine, the number 5 seed. The winner of tonight's game will move on and play in Hermantown Saturday afternoon at 12:30 against the number 1 seed, the Proctor Rails. We're going to have the national anthem, and play-by-play action is coming up next. This is Section 7 2A Girls Basketball, Virginia and Greenway from the Roosevelt in Virginia.
I'm in carpentry. We do a lot of woodworking. Right now we're actually building a couple houses. I like the atmosphere, like everybody around here, all the faculty, they really like to help out. My instructor, Leo Lucas, he's been in the field for at least 30 years or so. My goal with carpentry is to work for a larger company down in the cities. My name is Tyler Kemp, and this is my Mesabi story.
Country, and to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for the freedom currently enjoyed today, as the Virginia High School Band, directed by Daniel Melby, plays our national anthem.
We're just about set for play-by-play action. Let's run down the starters now for Greenway. Number 1, Kennedy Hansen. Number 2 will be Bailey Jo Norris. 23 is Morgan Welsh. 25 is Chloe Hansen. And number 50 is Jaden Seville. For the Blue Devils, number 15 is Kelsey Squires. Number 1 is Anna Fink. Number 5 is Lexi Trigg. Number 12 is Kaylee Iverson, and number 4 is Haley Zorman. We're all set. Section 7 2A girls basketball playoffs from the Roosevelt Gym. Dave Clement, the official in charge, and we are underway. Again, these teams played earlier this year. It was a big 71-47 victory for Virginia. That was on November 26th. But again, Greenway has won 16 of their last 18 games after starting 2-5 on the season, and they're 18-7. They're the number 5 seed. Blue Devils matching up in a 2-3 zone to start this game. This is Seville. Kicks the ball back out on top to Hansen. Now Norris, they're just swinging around. Blue Devils just staying in that zone, forcing them to take a long outside shot. Seville trying to go inside. No dice. Blue Devils denying that pass inside. And we've got our first foul in the game. It'll be a shooting foul, I think. Squires picks up the foul, the first foul in tonight's game. Hansen will shoot 2. Missed them both. Trigg comes away with the ball for Virginia. Now Ani out on top. Squires at the wing. Greenway in a man-to-man underneath for Iverson. Missed the easy one. They tie up on the floor. Alternating possession should go to Virginia. Aoni will get it into Trigg in the paint. One dribble. Here's a long shot. Will bounce around and fall. First points scored by Iverson. Now Virginia putting 2-2-1 full court pressure on. Pass comes into the middle. Hansen gets the ball to the front court. Shot was blocked by Zorman. Here come the Blue Devils back. Aoni in the front court. Zorman going into the paint through the lane. Here's Squires from deep. Trigg battles for the rebound. Puts a reverse shot up, missed it. Rebound comes away to Seville. Hansen, Kennedy Hansen stops at the wing on the right side. Pass goes into the lane, a shot in contact, no foul. Here comes Ryan Ani back. Long one from Zorman. Virginia has the first 5. Kennedy, bounce pass, going into the lane, putting a shot up, was blocked. A shot put up by Hansen. The Twin Towers with the block, that's Trigg and Iverson. Here's Iverson, took an extra step. Again, the winner will play Proctor Saturday afternoon at 12:30 from Hermantown High School. Again, Virginia putting full court, 2-2-1 full court pressure. And now we've got a timeout called. Break in the action, 15-17 to play in our first half. 5-0 Virginia.
Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs.
Jaden Seville will put the ball in play for the Raiders. Comes into Chloe Hansen. Chloe's just an 8th grader. Seville goes into the lane, puts a shot up. Shot was blocked by Trigg. Iverson with the rebound. Ani in the front court. Zorman back to Ani. Floats a pass inside, too high. Virginia turnover. Now Haley Pedersen will check in for Greenway. This is Norris. They floated up to Taylor Hawking, who's also checked in, number 15. And we've got a Raider turnover. Ryan Ani to the front court. 14:40 to play in our first half. Virginia pitching a shutout, 5-0 so far. Iverson to Ani. Ryan from deep. They battle for it. Ani will come away with it. Floats it into Trigg, double teamed. And we've got a Greenway holding foul called. Looks like it's going to be on 23. Morgan Welsh. So Walsh picks up the first foul. Now checking in is number 20 is Nicole Ramirez, a 5'4" junior. Ani will get it in. Zorman into the paint, side of the lane. Shot won't fall. Ball's loose on the floor. They tie up. Alternating position goes to Greenway. For Virginia, checking in is 0, Anna Fink. 22 is Aaron Hare. Ball gets batted out of bounds by Hare. Raiders in the front court will put the ball in play. Norris in the corner. Gets it inside to Seville. In the lane, puts it up, and she took an extra step. Raiders turn it back to the Blue Devils. Now Trigg stops at the top of the key. Ani. Says Fink. Fink, let's go the bomb. Short. Coming away with it was Pedersen. Now to Ramirez. Gets the ball to the front court for the Raiders. Raiders looking for their first basket of the game. 5-0 Virginia. Iverson with 2. Zorman has the other 3. 13.5 to play. Ramirez goes inside with it. Shot will not fall. Rebound by Ani underneath. Shot was put up by Pedersen. Now to Squires. Back to Ani. Fink from just inside the circle. Virginia with a 7-0 lead. Here's Norris, feeds it off to Ramirez, off his shoulder. Raiders will give the ball back to the Blue Devils. Squires to Fink. Anna goes in, puts it up. Check that. Iverson checks back in, and number 2 is Izzy Bagenstos. Both teams making numerous substitutions. Hansen, now to Ramirez, back to Hansen. Also checking in now is Clara Finke, number 4 for the Raiders. She's another 8th grader. Very young basketball team, the Raiders. Ball goes out of bounds. Another Raider turnover. Hare gets it into Ani. 12:25 to play in the first half. Blue Devils have scored the first 9 in tonight's game. Here is Fink, she traveled with the ball. Anna took an extra step, contact, but they said she traveled before the foul. Norris to Ramirez. Now Hansen. Here's Hansen from long range. Will not fall. Iverson battles for the rebound. Long pass in the front court to Fink. Anna goes into the paint. She's hammered. Anna Fink will shoot a pair. Walsh picks up her second team foul. Sophomore hits the first. Zorman and Trigg back on the floor for Virginia. Virginia with the first 11 points. Ramirez to Seville, now to Hansen. Seville. Takeaway by Trigg. Zip Virginia. Hansen pulls up at the free throw line, off the backboard, off the rim. Fink to Zorman, back to Fink. Now Trigg. This is Fink. Greenway now has gone into a man-to-man, person-to-person defense. Zorman gets bumped. Ramirez will pick up the foul. Norris and Pedersen check back in for the Raiders. Finke's number 450 is Seville. And let's see, the other player is 25. That's Chloe Hansen. Zorman has some trouble. Loose ball is picked up by Bagenstoss. She's double team, triple team. Long pass in the front court. Fink will knock it out of bounds. Ani and Squires check back on the floor for the blue and white. Norris floats it into Seville. Tries to go baseline. They double team there. Ani comes away with it. In the corner, Squires lets go of a bomb. Ani will run down the ball. And now we've got a holding foul on the Raiders. Foul is called on Seville. Fourth team foul on the Raiders. Virginia with one team foul. Here's Iverson in the lane. Now to Trigg. Ani for three. And we've got a timeout called by the Raiders. 10 minutes, 14 seconds to go in our first half. Virginia's jumped out to a 16-zip lead. Raiders will put the ball in play coming out of the second timeout that they've been forced to call. Seville in the backcourt. Gets it up to Norris. Back to Seville. Blue Devils in that 2-3 zone. Now they've gone. They kind of try to match up then man-to-man at times. Try to watch this. Now I guess they're going to stay in that zone. Zorman will just come over high on that wing position. And we've got a Virginia reaching in foul. Looks like it's going to be on Squires. Nope, it's on Zorman. Her first, second Virginia team foul. Ramirez will check back in. Raiders from the end line. Comes into Finke. Sophomore will give it off to Hansen. Pair of 8th graders. Norris. Chloe Hansen. Bounce pass inside lane. Ramirez puts it up, missed it. Iverson comes away with it, and she's hammered underneath. Foul was called on Ramirez. That's her second. 15 Hawking, 1 Hansen. That's Kennedy Hansen in. Again, Raiders and Blue Devils both making numerous substitutions. 9:20 to go in our first half. Virginia has scored the first 16 tonight. Pass goes off to Zorman. Inside, and they'll double team Iverson. They tie her up. Alternating possession goes back to Virginia. Comes into Trigg. Now Ani, bounce pass to Squires. Here's Trigg. Ani, this is a pro three. A little short off the front iron. Squires will run it down. Now Trigg going baseline. Feeds it off to Iverson. Not a good pass, a Virginia turnover. Fink will check back in for Virginia. Hansen in the front court. Floats it up. Now Seville goes into the lane, gets cut off. And we've got a traveling called on the Raiders. Haley Pedersen, number 22, checks back on the floor for Greenway. Fink gets bumped by Pedersen, her first. That will be the 6th team foul on the Raiders. Rhinani will put it in from the end line, offensive end. Virginia with a 16-point lead. This is Trigg, side of the lane. Lexus says 4. Hansen, now to Norris, Finke. Here's Norris for 3. Pedersen grabs the rebound. Hansen, Norris again. Hansen back to Norris, nice play. Raiders get their first points with 7:38 to play in our first half. On the turnover, Virginia will get the ball back. Fink gets it into Iverson. Squires deep in the corner for three. Blue Devils have made three from beyond the arc. It's 21-2, Virginia. Just over 7 minutes to play in our first half. Zorman, number 4, Hare, 22, back on the floor for Virginia. Zorman now to Hare. This is Seville. Corner shot was blocked. Hawking's shot. Here's Pedersen, and then she took an extra step. .6:37 to play in our first half. Virginia with a 23-2 lead. Ani to Zorman. Fink from just inside the circle. Ball comes into Trigg. It was off a Raider, so Virginia will do it again. Trigg at the baseline. Trigg's got 6 points. Hawking's long pass in the front court. It's off a Blue Devil. It'll be the Raiders. Again, the winner will play 12:30 Saturday afternoon against Proctor. The game will be played in Hermantown. The first game that afternoon will feature either the number 3 seed Crosby Ironton against Two Harbors number 6, Pequot Lakes number 2, and Aiken number 7. Those winners will play at 11 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Finke back to Norris, now Seville. Here's Seville for 3. Fink comes away with it. She'll go right in, draws contact. Bailey Jo Norris picks up her first. 7th team foul. Fink, who's already been at the line once and has made both free throws, will try to make a couple more. Seville grabs the boards. Fink, the leading scorer for Virginia, with 7. Pass goes inside, another Raider turnover. Ani's long pass to Zorman, and she cannot control it. Bagenstos will check back in. Ball's taken away by Trigg. Back to Bagenstos. Tried to go baseline. Was cut off there. Now to Trigg. Triple teamed. And a Virginia turnover. Seemed like just yesterday when I was talking about Izzy Bagenstos' mother, Jamie Meir, when she played for the Blue Devils. Now we got a horn. Oh, I guess we had a little youngster on the floor. Ramirez gives it to Hansen, and we've got a blocking foul called on Zorman. That is her second. Third Virginia team foul. Ani checks back in for Virginia. Chloe Hansen, the 8th grader, checks back on the floor for the Raiders. Here is the older Hansen girl. The shot comes off. Chloe Hansen, the 8th grader, grabs it, and we got a foul called on Iverson, her first. 4 minutes and 48 seconds to play in our first half. 26-2, Virginia over Greenway. Virginia the number 4 seed, Greenway the number 5 seed. Seville in the lane. Fink to Ani. Now Bagenstos goes in the paint. Fink. Says Trigg. And she took an extra step. .420 to play in the first half. Virginia 26, Greenway of Coleraine 2. Norris, Seville. At the side of the lane, lost control of the ball. Iverson will tie her up. Ball goes inside to Hansen, back to Seville for a 3. Put back up, and we've got a Virginia foul. Iverson picks up the foul. Ramirez hits the first. She's got one more coming. Second one is also good. Under 4 to play in the first half. Hare will give it back to Ani. Now Squires. Raiders coming back. This is Norris. Off to Hansen. Her shot was blocked. Twig is fouled. Foul is called on Kennedy Hansen. Her first will walk to the other end. And Trigg will be shooting 1-1. Ball gets tapped out of bounds. It was off the Raiders. Another turnover. Fink, Squires. Ball gets tapped away from Trigg. And now we got a foul as I think Hare comes in and picks up the foul. Her first. We got a foul. We'll check this one. It's going to be on Hansen. That's going to put Ani at the line to shoot. The sophomore will be shooting 1-1 for the Blue Devils. Norris in the front court, 2:45. Norris for three off the side iron. Hawking with a rebound. Now to Finke. Seville bombs away. Ani comes away with it. She's got hair on the right side. Ani goes right in, and a nice defensive play by Seville. Morgan Walsh will check back in. 2:31 to play in the first. Trigg gets the inbounds pass. And we got a foul called on Hare. That is her second. 7th foul. So the teams will walk to the other free throw line. Morgan Walsh will shoot 1-1. Janie Potts will check in. She's a sophomore. Right now the Blue Devils with 4 sophomores on the floor and 1 junior. Walsh gets them both. Raiders now have their total up to 6 with 2:20 to play. They've made 4 free throws and 1 basket from the field. Pass to Trigg, nice pass, missed it though. Here's Ramirez for 3. Fink comes away with it. Ani going into the lane. Oh, she got hammered. Boy, the officials on that side never saw it. The official on this side picked it up. She just got hammered, and Ryan will shoot a pair. First time Ryan Ani's been at the line. 4 points in the game. Fink, the leading scorer, with 7. 6 for Trigg and 5 for Ani. This is Finke at the baseline. Long one from Norris. Trigg comes away with it, and then they'll tie her up. Virginia will get the ball on the alternating position. Ani to Fink. Trigg. Fink will give it back to Ani. Coming up on our final 75 seconds of the first half. Fink to Trigg at the baseline. Pass in the middle, we've got a turnover. Now the ball's loose again. And it'll go back to Virginia. .57 seconds to play in the first half. Virginia with a 30-6 lead. Here's an over back. Nope, I guess it was deflected. Trigg coming back. Trigg bounced past to Potts, and she's fouled. And Jamie Potts will shoot a pair. Foul was called on Ramirez, her third. Second one falls. So Janie's got her first point in tonight's game. This is Pedersen trying to go baseline. Battles for the rebound. Ani comes away with it. Fink in the corner, back to Ani. Bombs away. Trigg with a rebound. Trigg now with 10 points in the game. And with 15 seconds to play in the first half, Virginia's lead is 33-6. Here's Seville. Let's go of a long one at the buzzer. And we've played one half of basketball. From the Roosevelt Gym, Virginia 33 and Greenway of Coleraine 6.
Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs. The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5.
I'm in carpentry. We do a lot of woodworking. Right now we're actually building a couple houses. I like the atmosphere, like everybody around here, all the faculty, they really like to help out. My instructor, Leo Lucas, he's been in the field for at least 30 years or so. My goal with carpentry is to work for a larger company down in the cities. My name is Tyler Kemp and this is my Masabi story.
Good morning, officer.
Morning. How's it going today, ma'am?
I just just want you to know, I love this city. I can always find a parking place, and I never have to parallel park. Look here, every car is bunched up over on that side of the street, so it makes it really easy for me to park. And what's so odd is that yesterday, every car was on that side of the street.
Well, ma'am.
Oh, just call me Yvette. And what was your name?
I'm Chad. It's nice to meet you, Yvette. Calendar parking is why all these cars are on this side of the street. Here in Virginia, we have calendar parking, so that way the cars are on the right side, so that way it makes it a little easier. So now, on an even day, you would park on the even side of the street as the addresses. So you see these house numbers over here all have even numbers. So on an even day, you park on that side. On an odd day, you would park on the same side of the street as the odd number houses. So during the winter months of November through April, we try to make sure that cars are parked on the even or odd side of the street, depending on the calendar day.
So you're going to give me a ticket? I thought you were so nice.
I am nice, and I'll tell you why I'm nice. Because the Virginia Police Department, when calendar parking is followed, it ensures that our city crews can get out and plow all the roadways after a major snow event. Also, it makes it a lot safer for all the pedestrians and all other traffic in the area. Besides that, many of the streets in Virginia are narrow, so when it comes to emergency vehicles getting through, it's nice to have all the vehicles parked on the right side of the roadways, so ambulances, fire trucks, squad cars, even just regular vehicles can get through.
I am so sorry. I didn't know.
Can I tell you something else?
Yes, I know. Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
What I was going to say is actually during the summer months, calendar parking changes a little bit. We try to make it a little easier for everybody. So from the months of May through October, you only have to worry about switching sides every 2 weeks. So on the first of the month, you make sure that you park on the odd side of the street. And on the evening of the 16th, you swap over to the even side of the street for the rest of the month. And just one more thing.
Yes?
How about you move your vehicle to the proper side of the street and we'll call it even.
Oh, I could just hug you. Can I hug you?
No, ma'am. But you need to know that calendar parking always starts the previous evening. So at 6 p.m. the previous night, you always park for the very next day.
Call me Yvette.
Thank you, Yvette.
Well, we're just about ready to start the second half. Virginia in control of tonight's game, 33-6. Looking at the statistics, Virginia led in scoring by Lexis Trigg. She's got 10 all from the field. Anna Fink with 7, 5 for Ryan Ani. 3 points for Kelsey Squires, 3 points for Haley Zorman. Rounding out the Virginia scoring, 2 points for Kaylee Iverson, 2 points for Erin Hare, and 1 point for Janie Potts. Virginia made 3 from beyond the arc, and they were 6 out of 10 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, for Greenway, they had 3 players with 2 points each, Ramirez, Walsh, and Norris. Raiders did not make a 3-point shot, and they were 4 out of 6 from beyond the arc. Again, the winner of tonight will play Saturday afternoon, 12:30, against the number 1 seed Proctor, and that game will be played at Hermantown High School. Raiders put the ball in play coming out of the halftime intermission, trying to get back into this game. Season will be over tonight for one of these teams, and we've got a foul right away as Seville attacks the basket. Foul is called on Ryan Ani. That is her first. Seville at the line, first time there tonight. Now the Raiders will put some pressure on. Trigg to the front court. Squires in the corner, floats it inside for Iverson. Tapped around, loose ball's grabbed by Trigg. Squires again. This is Trigg. Oh, it gets a little seam and she's fouled. That's going to be on Chloe Hansen. That'll be her second. Trigg will shoot two. She's been at the line once so far tonight and has missed her only free throw. Now Virginia putting some full court pressure on again. 2-2-1. Ramirez off to Hansen. Norris back to Hansen, back to Norris. Here's Norris for three. It's saved. It goes right to Norris. And now a bad pass, and here comes Zorman back with it. Zorman gets it off. Shot going up by Squires, and a foul is called on Seville. Her second. Squires has one basket tonight. It was from beyond the arc. And now we've got a violation. A Raider violation, so Squires will get one more free throw. Seville will give it to Norris. Hansen in the open. This is Kennedy Hansen. Traveling is called. It'll be Virginia's ball. We've played a minute 22 of the second half. Blue Devils by 26. Ani to Trigg. Now Iverson. Ani for three. Off the side iron. Here's Hansen. Bounce pass. The shot was blocked by Trigg. Shot taken by Walsh. Ramirez will check back in. She's playing with three personals. Ramirez back to Norris, back to Ramirez. 16 minutes to play. Here is Ramirez for three. They just cannot get one to fall. Ani coming back in the corner to Zorman. And her pass was wide and another Virginia turnover. And a pass too high, and the Raiders will turn the ball back to the Blue Devils. Other quarterfinal games, Mesabi East and Evelyn Gilbert, they'll be playing on Thursday night in Aurora. Marshall's hosting I Falls. Moose Lake Willow River is hosting Pillager tonight. Quarterfinals are Saturday, 11, 12:30, 4, and 5:30. The top seeds are Proctor and Esco. Norris deep in the corner, now to Seville. Inside pass. Walsh has it taken away. Squires at the side of the lane. Inside for Iverson. Now the ball is knocked loose. Again, it's knocked loose on the other side, and the Raiders will come away with it. Here's Walsh for three. Iverson grabs the rebound for Virginia. 14:40 to play. 34-8. Trigg at the free throw line. Back to Ani. Squires. Ani looks to go inside. Can't get the ball to Iverson. Here's a long one from Ani. Walsh with a rebound. And the Raiders are going to timeout. 14:07 to play. Timeout on the floor. Virginia 34, Greenway 8. Ramirez, now to Kennedy Hansen. There's a long one put up, in and out, will not fall. Trigg comes away with it. Ani back to Trigg. And we've got a Raider foul, and this is going to be the fourth foul on Ramirez. Bailey Joe Norris will check back in for the Raiders. 15 is Taylor Hawking now on the floor. Ani off to Fink, to Trigg. Ani. Zorman goes baseline, off to Trigg. Trigg's got 13, leading scorer in tonight's game. Bounce pass underneath, and shot, and we've got a Virginia foul. Pedersen puts the shot up. Iverson picks up her third. Harold check in for Iverson. Raiders now 7 for 10 from the free throw line. They've made one basket from the field. Zorman out to Ani. Hawking with a rebound. Hansen in the front court. To Seville. Back to Norris. 12:40 to play. Ball goes inside for Patterson. Her shot was blocked by Trigg. And what do we have? Foul was called on Trigg. That's her first. No, check that. The foul was on Pedersen, number 22 of the Raiders. Her second. Here's Hare. Fink for three. Norris coming back. 12-footer. Long pass up to Zorman in the front court. And she lost control of it. Here's Hansen. Cross court for Pedersen. Goes baseline, puts it up and in. Second basket from the field for the Raiders tonight. Fink puts a pass in for Trigg. Nice feed. And we've got a timeout called by the Blue Devils. Break in the action, 11:26 to play. Virginia 38 and Greenway of Coleraine 11.
Full timeout called by
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5.
Raiders will put the ball in play after the Blue Devil timeout. Comes into Norris, now to Hansen. To the younger Hansen, a takeaway. Hare will give it to Ani. Ani going in. And we've got a holding foul called on Norris. That'll be her second. Ani will shoot two. She's been there once tonight, has made both free throws, and continues to be perfect from the line. 6 points in the game. Checking in is Taylor Hawking into the line. Izzy Bagenstoss will check back in for the Blue Devils. Norris up to Pedersen. There's a long one from Norris. Ball's loose on the floor, they tag up. Virginia gets the ball on the alternating possession. Seville will check back in for Greenway. Trigg feeds it off deep in the corner for Squires. Second one for Squires. Hansen will check back in for Greenway. Blue Devils getting close to that 35-point score differential. Ball goes inside, and it was off of Blue Devils. Raiders will get it. If it gets to 35 or more at the 9-minute mark is when it'll go into running time. Here's a shot put up by Hansen. Trigg with the rebound, up to Fink. Fink goes right in, off the side of the backboard. Now to Bagenstos, and she's fouled. Walsh picks up her third. 16 foul on Greenway. Iverson will check back in. Iverson with 3 fouls. Trigg to Iverson from the free throw line. Senior's got 4 points tonight. This is Hansen over and back. Violation. Pass underneath is bobbled by one of the Blue Devils, and we've got a turnover. Then they'll tie up. Finke will check back in for the Raiders. And also Norris. Here's Finke for 3. And the ball will go out of bounds. They'll give it to the Blue Devils. Checking back in is Ani and Zorman. Trigg goes into the paint. Now Bagenstos, contact, offensive foul is called on Izzy. Her first, third team foul on Virginia. Got a blocking foul now called on Bagenstos, her second. Nine minutes to play. Norris, Seville, and we've got a foul called. I think it's Trigg. Fifth team foul on Virginia, first on Trigg.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5.
Iverson, Bagenstos for 3. Loose ball controlled by Zorman. Ani floats a pass in for Iverson, and she has it batted away and out of bounds. Now Ramirez and Hawking back in. Trigg goes right in, missed the shot, gets a rebound, puts it back up and in. 17 for Trigg, and now we are in running time. It's 47-11. Blue Devils have outscored the Raiders 14-5 here in the second half. Here's Hawking going in. Her shot is wide. Ramirez runs it down. Her pass is thrown away. Hansen checks back in for the Raiders. Hare for the Blue Devils. Bounce pass off to Iverson. She's got 6 in the game. Ball goes to Norris. Long shot for Norris. Hawking has it taken away by Zorman, and now we've got a Raider foul. Foul was on Norris, her third. Walsh checks back in for the Raiders. Zorman at the line to shoot 1-1. She got 3 points tonight. It was a long range shot. Iverson, the rebound, missed it. Goes out of bounds to Virginia. Bounce pass goes to Iverson. Hare gets it back to Ani. Ramirez comes away with it, and Ramirez is fouled. Foul is called on Zorman. That is her third. That's the 16th foul on Virginia, on Virginia. Raiders have 17 fouls. Got a timeout on the court. 6:04 to play. Virginia 49, Greenway of Coleraine 11.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5.
Six minutes to play. 49-11. Hawking. Ramirez in the corner. They're checked at Hansen in the corner. Pass goes inside. Another Raider turnover. And now a Raider foul. Foul is on Chloe Hansen, her third. Zorman will shoot 1-1. We got a foul over the back. It's going to be called on Iverson, I believe. That's her fourth personal. 17th foul. So we'll walk to the other end, and going to the free throw line to shoot will be number 25, Chloe Hansen. She'll shoot 1-1. She has not scored tonight. Iverson clears the boards. Now to Fink, to Ani, Bagenstoss. Fink for three. Anna's got 10 points. That's the fifth one from beyond the arc for the Blue Devils. They had 3 in the first half, have added a couple more here in the second. Hansen works her way inside. Contact, no call at all. Ani. Now to Hare. This is Fink. Coming up on 3.5 minutes to play. We're in running time. Iverson gives it back to Ani at the baseline. Now to Bagenstoss. Here is Fink is open for 3 more. Fink's got 13. Here is Walsh for 3 on the other end. Here's Bagenstoss for 3. Hansen with the rebound. Long pass to Walsh in her front court. She goes off the glass and in. She's got 7. Under 3 to play. And now Virginia turns the ball over. And we have some substitutions for Virginia. Well, we better grab our program. We got all new players coming in. Let's see here. Got number 14, that's Macy Westby, a 5'7" freshman. 24 is Alexa Tollefson. She's a 5'8" freshman. Shot put up will not fall. Rebound is by Tollefson. 13 is Sydney Cope Robinson, a 5'5" senior. Janie Potts, number 25. And number 23, Jolie Stocky. And now we've got a tie-up with 2 minutes to play in our game. Alternating possession will go to Virginia. Virginia will move on and play Saturday afternoon at 12:30. And now we've got a foul on the floor. It's on Ramirez, and she has just fouled out of tonight's game. She'll finish with 2 points. Tollefson at the line makes the first. She'll get 1 more. Hits them both. So with a minute to play in our game, it's 57-17. Seville's pass inside for Hansen, and we've got a foul called on number 23, Jolie Stocky. That's going to put Hansen at the line to shoot. Missed the free throw. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Virginia's ball. Clock is running, 17 seconds to go in our game. Here's a long shot, not good by Cope Robinson. 5 seconds to play. Long one on the other end is good from Norris. And our basketball game comes to an end, 57-20 in favor of Virginia. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back and recap the scoring. Virginia victorious tonight, 57-20.
Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports and and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs.
Okay, here are the final statistics in tonight's basketball game for the Virginia Blue Devils. They are led in scoring by Lexus Triggs. He finished the game with 17 points. Anna Fink had 13, two players in double figures. And for Greenway of Coleraine, 7 points for Morgan Welsh tonight. 5 of them coming in the second half. The Blue Devils made 6 from beyond the arc in the game, 3 in each half, and they were 11 out of 21 from the free throw line. Virginia with 33 points in the first half, 24 in the second for 57. Greenway with 6 in the first, 14 in the second for 20 points. With the victory, the Blue Devils now go to 17-10. They will now take on Proctor 12:30 on Saturday afternoon. Meanwhile, Greenway's season ends at 18 wins and 8 losses. That'll do it from the Roosevelt Gym on this Tuesday night basketball. Hope you enjoyed our telecast, or check that Wednesday night basketball. Hope you enjoyed our telecast. For Javonce George on the camera, Terry Hardica in the truck, I'm Bob Cohn, the play-by-play. Once again, our final score tonight, Virginia 57, Greenway 20. Good night, everyone.